coffee's cold and the sun is high. I'm staring at a phone that won't ring. I could go out and look at the sky, but I'm waiting for the hurt you bring. I keep scrolling back to 3 years ago, to the messages where you were still mine. I'm planting seeds where nothing will grow and wasting all my precious time. You are the one keeping me awake. You are the one making me cry. You're miles away, for goodness sake, underneath a different sky. I'm the one reopening the scar, tearing the world we had apart. You're just living wherever you are, and I'm just breaking my own heart. I drove past your house on the way to work, even though it's 5 miles out of my way, looking for a shadow or a ghost in the dark, knowing there's nothing left to say. It's a habit now, the self-inflicted sting, like pressing on a bruise just to feel. I'm addicted to the misery you bring, because it's the only thing that's real. You are the one keeping me awake. You are the one making me cry. You're miles away, for goodness sake, underneath a different sky. I'm the one reopening the scar, tearing the world we had apart. You're just living wherever you are, and I'm just breaking my. I'm the architect of my own walls, the one who keeps the fire burning cold. I'm the voice that answers when no one calls, clinging to a hand I no longer hold. Yeah, you're moving on, and I'm staying here, watching my reflection disappear. I'm doing the work you didn't start. I'm just breaking my own heart. I looked in the mirror at the break of day, looking for the marks of where we went wrong. There's no purple ink or shades of gray, just a hollow where the rhythm used to be strong. You didn't leave a scar I can show my friends, no broken glass or a house torn apart, just a quiet fracture that never quite mends, right in the center of a tired heart. 'Cause you left bruises on the soul, the kind the light can't ever find. You took the parts that made me whole and left the jagged edges all behind. I'm walking steady, I'm acting fine, but I'm black and blue on the inside line. Yeah, it's a heavy kind of toll, living with these bruises on the soul. I hear you laugh in the back of a crowded room, and I flinch like I'm waiting for a blow. It's funny how a memory can be a tomb for the version of me I used to see the ghost of what might have been, bleeding out across the kitchen floor. 'Cause you left bruises on the soul, the kind of light can't ever find. You took the parts that made me whole and left the jagged edges all behind. I'm walking steady, I'm acting fine, but I'm black and blue on the inside line. Yeah, it's a heavy kind of toll, living with these bruises on the soul. You can't put a bandage on a feeling. You can't ice down a dream that's gone cold. I'm just waiting on a different kind of healing, for a story that's already been told. No, they don't show. They don't ever show, but I feel them every time the wind starts to blow. Just bruises on my soul. The screen is glowing in the dark of the room, a gallery of everything we were, thumbnails of a life once in bloom. Now they're just a static digital blur. I'm hovering over the select all key, 1,000 days captured in a flash. Every good night and every merry me, ready to be turned into ash. And I'm deleting us, one click at a time, wiping away the reason and the rhyme, the birthday dinner and the beach in May. I'm watching the colors all fade into gray. It feels like a murder, it feels like a sin to empty the folder. You're living in the cloud is empty, the screen is cold. The hardest story I've ever told is deleting us. There's a video of you laughing in the rain. I almost hit play, but I can't take the pain. If I hear your voice, I'll never let go. I'll stay in this loop of a long ago. But my storage is full and my heart is too. There isn't any room left for the ghost of you. Are you doing it too? Are you clearing the space? Are you scrubbing the memory of my face? Does your fingers shake when you hit the bin? Or are you glad to let the emptiness in? And I'm deleting us, one click at a time, wiping away the reason and the rhyme, the birthday dinner and the beach in May. I'm watching the colors all fade into gray. It feels like a murder, it feels like a sin to empty the folder. You're living in the cloud is empty, the screen is cold. The hardest story I've ever told is deleting us, confirming the choice, removing the files, losing your voice, and all of your smiles gone. I'm finally deleting us. I'm rereading sketch that I saved in a box. But the paper is white as a sheet, like the years that we spent turning keys in the locks. Now feel like a ghost on the street. We signed every promise with a heavy hand, like we were engraving a stone. But the words started shifting like grains in the sand, leaving me here on my own. It was written in disappearing ink, fading away before I could blink. I thought it was forever, I thought it was deep, but it's a secret the paper just couldn't keep. Now I'm holding a book with no words on the page, just the ghost of a line from a different age. Yeah, love was a masterpiece, or so I would think, but it was written in disappearing ink. I look at our photos and I swear I see the edges starting to blur. The you that was tangled inside of the me is becoming a him and a her. I try to trace over the shape of your name to keep it from slipping away, but a heart doesn't beat quite the same in the rain, and the colors are turning to gray. Maybe the truth was too heavy to hold, maybe the story was meant to be told in a voice that gets softer with every good goal, until there's nothing left but a palest sky. Blank pages, just blank pages. I'm still holding the pen, but the memory changes. It's gone, it's already gone. Just a story written, disappearing. I thought we were standing on solid ground, but the air got thin and the quiet got loud. I didn't feel the shift, didn't hear the cracks. Now I'm looking for a path that leads us back, but the map has changed and the soil's deep with all the secrets we swore we'd keep. And we're breaking right down the fault lines, tracing the marks of the wasted time. The earth is moving, pulling us apart. I can't reach across the canyon in your heart. We built a life on a trembling shelf. Now I'm losing you and I'm losing myself in the space between the yours and mine, divided by the fault line. Tremor started with a whispered word, the saddest sound I've ever heard. Now can't bridge over, even when I'm leaning on your shoulder. It wasn't a storm, it wasn't a flood, just a slow cold settling in the blood. A tectonic shift in the way you look at me, until there was nothing left for us to be. We're breaking right down the fault lines, tracing the marks of the wasted time. The earth is moving, pulling us apart. I can't reach across the canyon in your heart. We built a life on a trembling shelf. Now I'm losing you and I'm losing myself in the space between the yours and mine, divided by the fault lines, divided by the fault lines. The ground is still, but the world is different now. Just two sides of a mountain that forgot how to bow. Fault lines, they're just fault lines. The coffee's gone cold in the ceramic mug. The shadows are stretching across the rug. You're checking your watch, you're eyeing the door, but I'm counting the floorboards, wanting much more. The car is idling out in the drive. I'm just trying to feel like I'm still alive before the goodbye turns into a war, and I'm left with the echo in the hall. Give me 5 minutes more in this quiet light before you disappear into the night. and the panic settles in. 2 minutes more, I'm losing the race. The world is moving at a different pace. The clock hits 0 and the handle turns. The bridge is cold, but the memory burns. Just one more second, no, you're out the door. I just needed 5 minutes more. I deleted your number, I burned every note, I scrubbed every word that you ever wrote. The air was finally starting to clear. I went 3 whole weeks without wishing you were here. I was standing upright, I was doing okay, till I caught the scent of your coat in the hallway. And now I'm having a relapse, falling back and tracing the ghost of your touch on my skin. I thought I was sober, I thought I was free, but you're still the habit that's killing me. Well, look at a picture, one slip of the mind, and I'm back at the start, leaving progress behind. It's a long way down and the recovery is slow. I'm high on a memory I should let go. It only takes a second, a song on the radio, to lose all the ground that I fought for, you know. The withdrawals are heavy, they ache in my chest. My heart is a riot that won't let me rest. I'm calling you up just to hear the machine, caught in the what is and the what might have been. They say time is a doctor, they say time is a friend, but how many times does the healing have to end? I tear off the bandage, I open the scar, I'm driving in circles to find where you are. Yeah, I'm having a relapse, falling back and tracing the ghost of your touch on my skin. I thought I was sober, I thought I was free, but you're still the habit that's killing me. Well, look at a picture, one slip of the mind, and I'm back at the start, leaving progress behind. It's a long way down and the recovery is slow. I'm high on a memory I should let go. Just one more night, just one more hit of the pain. I was doing so well till I heard your name. I'm crashing again, relapse. I still reach across the mattress in the dark, tracing outlines where your shoulders used to be. The silence here is louder than the spark of every word you whispered once to me. I hung your coat back up behind the door, just to feel like someone's coming home. But the floorboards don't complain anymore, and I'm learning how to be this much alone. Now I'm just living in the shadows of a name, a ghost of us that's flickering in the hall. Every street we walk looks somehow not the same, and I'm the only one left leaning on this wall. It's a heavy kind of quiet, a hollow kind of ache, trying to keep the pieces of a heart you didn't take. I saw your handwriting on a grocery list, just a ghost of a life we used to lead. The I love you at the bottom that I missed is the only thing I find I win in the end. I start to dial, then I let the screen go black, 'cause I know that voice belongs to someone new. There's no map that's gonna lead me all the way back to the version of myself that lived for you. Now I'm just living in the shadows of a name, a ghost of us that's flickering in the hall. Every street we walked looks somehow not the same, and I'm the only one left leaning on this wall. It's a heavy kind of quiet, a hollow kind of ache, trying to keep the pieces of a heart you didn't take. They say that time is supposed to wash the slate, but the ink is deep and the water's running cold. I'm standing at a rusted garden gate, holding on to stories that'll never be told. Just a shadow, just a name. The sun comes up, but the room stays just the same. Yeah, the room stays just the same. I'm still walking softly across the floor, where the ghost of your shadow knocks at the door. The coffee's gone cold in your favorite cup. I'm still waiting for someone to wake me up. We built a castle out of promises and breath. Now I'm just counting what's left of the wreck. And I'm picking up the shards of us, bleeding from a love I used to trust. Every jagged edge has a memory attached, a fire that burned till it met its match. It's a hollow sound the way your heart breaks. I'm swept in the dust of our old mistakes. Just a million pieces turning to rust, trying to survive. The shards of us. The shards of us. The silence is louder than we ever were. A blur of forever that ended in blur. I saw our future in the glass on the wall, but gravity hit and we started to fall. Now the frame is empty, the silver is cracked, and there's no way to glue the light back. I tried to hold on, but my hands are torn, cursing the day that this feeling was born. How can something so bright leave a scar this deep? A secret the wreckage is destined to keep. So I'm picking up the shards of us, bleeding from a love I used to trust. Every jagged edge has a memory attached, a fire that burned till it met its match. It's a hollow sound the way your heart breaks. I'm swept in the dust of our old mistakes. Just a million pieces turning to rust, trying to survive. The shards of us. Shards of us. Be careful where you step, I'm still finding pieces of everything we can't. We're wearing thin like an old winter coat, frayed at the edges and losing the light. I'm hanging on to every word that you wrote, but they don't keep me warm in the middle of the night. I try to pull the threads back into place, to mend the holes that the silence has made, but I'm losing the lines of your beautiful face as the fabric we wove starts to unravel and fade. And I'm just watching us tearing the seams, losing the thread of our favorite dreams. The harder I pull, the faster it breaks. Whatever we've built is beginning to shake. We're coming apart at the joints and the bone, two people together but feeling alone. God, it's a heavy and hollow extremes, just watching us tearing the seams. getting too heavy to hold. One little tug and the sleeve falls away. One little sigh and the buttons all drop. There isn't a needle word I can say to make all this structural damage just stop. Maybe some things were meant to be fixed. Maybe the colors were too deeply mixed. Now the pattern is ruined, the needle is bent, and I'm left with the ghost of the time that we spent coming apart. Crumbling by thread. Everything living is already dead. I'm standing here holding the pieces, it seems, just tearing the seams. Yeah, we're tearing the seams. Words are still hanging like smoke in the air. I'm looking for us, but there's nobody there. You're packing your bags with a heavy, slow hand, leaving the ruins of everything planned. I wanna say stay, I wanna scream wait, but the lock has been turned and it's already late. And the damage is done, the fever has broke. We're just the ashes left from the smoke. You cannot break a glass once it hits the floor. You can't love a shadow that walks out the door. I could apologize until I run out of breath, but we're just a heartbeat away from the death of the only world I've ever known. The damage is done, and I'm alone. The silence is cut much deeper than knives. The wreckage of two very different lives. We tried to be healers, we tried to be glue, but I couldn't fix me, and you couldn't fix you. Now the ink is all dry on the final goodbye, and there's no more room for a beautiful lie. Maybe in time the scars will turn white, and I won't see your face in the middle of night. But right now the bleeding is all that I feel from a wound that's too deep and a hurt that's too real. Yeah, the damage is done, the fever has broke. We're just the ashes left from the smoke. You cannot break a glass away. the only world I've ever known. There's no taking it back, no rewriting the end. The damage is done, and we can't even be friends. It's done. We're sitting close enough for our sleeves to touch, but I've never felt so far away. I'm reaching out, but I don't find much, just a coldness in the things you say. You're looking through me like a window pane to a world where I don't belong, and trying to find the us again feels like singing a forgotten song. There's a horizon line I can't cross tonight, a border drawn in the pale moonlight. I'm searching for the fire, for the oldest skies, but I'm lost in the distance in your eyes. It's 1,000 miles to the heart of you, and I don't think I'm gonna make it through. I'm right here, but you said your goodbyes in the lonely distance in your eyes. I ask a question and you nod your head, but your mind is on a different street. The I love you stays in your throat unsaid, and the silence is a bitter retreat. I used to see my future in those pupils of black. Now I just see a road that isn't coming back. Is it a storm or is it just a fog, a broken bridge or a closing door? I'm screaming your name through the dialogue, but you don't live here anymore, so far away, so far away. I'm waving from the shore while the water roars, eyes drowning in the distance in your eyes, so far in the lonely distance in your eyes. Wine stains on the hardwood, shoes by the mat. We're sitting in the silence of a long cold chat. I look at the photos pinned up on the wall. Before we learned how to trip, before we learned how to fall, we had the blueprints for a beautiful life, but we traded the gold for the edge of a knife. In the mess we made, your I'm sorry is heavy, it sinks like a stone in a house full of echoes that feels like a throne of everything broken and everything bent. I'm counting the years and the way they were spent. We were the architects of our own storm. Now it's too cold in here to ever get warm. Maybe we loved it a little too hard, until every soft thing was calloused and scarred. We didn't see the spill till it reached the door. Now we can't find the us we were before. And oh, look at the mess we made. A garden of roses left out in the shade. We broke all the windows just to feel the breeze. Now we're shivering here on our bruised, shaking knees. It's beautiful, tragic, and scattered and gray. The pieces of us that we threw all away. I don't know how to fix it, I'm just afraid of living forever in the mess we made. Just look at it all, dust on the memories, a house not a home, in the mess we made. We're finally alone. I saw a sweater in a window downtown, the shade of blue you used to wear. I started to call you, then I looked at the ground and remembered you're no longer there. I have to catch my tongue before it slips. I have to lock the memories in a cage. The words we spoke are frozen on my lips, like ink drying on a hollow page. And your name is a secret now, a ghost I'm not allowed to wake. I've learned to live with the silence somehow, for my own heart's sake. I don't say it out loud, I don't whisper it late. I've mastered the art friends still ask me how I've been. I give them a smile that's paper thin. They're waiting for a mention, a slip of the mind. But I leave every trace of us behind. It's a heavy weight, this quiet air, acting like you were never there. I used to shout it to the summer sky. Now I can't even tell myself why. I'm protecting a flame that's already gone in the dark, just waiting for the dawn. A secret I keep, a promise I break when I'm asleep. But when I wake up, I remember how your name is a secret.